गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। Every science has its own vocabulary. When we are studying, for example, computer science, there every word is specially defined. We cannot take the meaning of the English words and apply them in the scientific field. For example, when we say mouse, so when mouse is meant in computer science, it has a different meaning. But when the mouse is understood in the language English, it has a different meaning. Suppose I imagine that I know English and therefore I take the book on computer science and start studying, reading. And there it is said, give one click on the mouse and the screen will open. Now I start searching, where is the mouse? Because I am not finding anywhere. So when we are studying any scientific book, it is necessary that we are well equipped with the definition of every word that is used in that science. Exactly the same mistake we do when we study the scriptures. We imagine that I can read Hindi. Now we don't read Hindi, we are reading Devanagari first of all. Hindi is a language, Devanagari is a script. So, first mistake. Second thing, yes, I studied Sanskrit in my childhood. Ramaha Ramo Ramaha Ramam Ramo Raman. So, we imagine that study of Sanskrit will help me in understanding the science of scriptures. It will never happen. Because every word has to be well defined. For example, I'll give from the Sanskrit language. When we use the word idam in Sanskrit language, idam is this. Idam pustakam asti. This is a book. So idam is this. Now the word idam is used in the Vedanta Shastra or the scriptures to mean all that which is recognized objectively is called as idam. Now see the difference? Now if we are not able to understand every word that is employed in its entire meaning, our understanding will be incomplete. And this is how we take the books and English translations and imagine that by reading the translations, we will be able to understand. It is not so. Recently, one of my books is published from USA, Meditation Through Parables. This is the book. Recently it has come out. Now, they did not have the diacritical marks and therefore all the words with the diacritical marks are wrongly spelled in that publication. So they were asking Swami what we should do. I said you remove all those words and put the proper popular spellings. Don't give the diacritical marks and make it difficult, because if you don't have, forget about it. Then that person suggested, Swamiji, we should give the glossary. Glossary means the meaning of every word. And I will take up that glossary from any book which is already published. We simply add it to that. So our publication will be complete. I said, look here. In what context, which word is used for what thing by me cannot be known by a general public. See, very important. And therefore, usage of the words with reference to context, usage of the words with proper meaning, usage of the word to derive correct understanding, all these things are required together. If this introduction is clear, now there are many words which we have been hearing again and again, such as yajna, such as deva, the gods. So these words, yajna, gods, has somehow fixed in our mind in such a manner. Yajna means what? Make a hole in the soil and make nice decorations, burn the fire in the center, and then nice things you burn. Indraya swaha idanna mama, varunaya swaha idanna mama. This is how the moment the word yajna is heard by us, this Vedic concept comes in front of our mind. And then we are surprised. How come on the battlefield, when Arjuna was frustrated and facing the challenge of the war, will Bhagavan Sri Krishna tell him that time, oh, you are having a problem. Now the enemy is standing in front of you. Let us do yajna. Oh, Indraya swaha idanna mama, varunaya swaha idanna mama. See? So the word remains the same, but for what it is used has to be understood. Similarly, the other word God. See, when we push the gods away from us, we become dependent on somebody. And when we become dependent on somebody, we cannot progress in our life. You have to discover the inner strength and you have to invoke all the possibilities of positive activity. Only by, see, I have prayed to the God, oh God, please do everything what is good for me. God says nothing is good for you, get out. Therefore, these few words which will be used here now, yajna, God, etc., propitiation of the gods, doing, offering something, all these things are to be understood in the context of the topic that we are discussing, and the topic is Arjuna's objection, why should I fight this war? That was his objection. When knowledge is enough, why to engage in activity? So, after having last 2 days understood two main principles, why act and what is the meaning of action, what is the purpose of action, these two things we have seen. Now to support this thesis, Bhagavan Sri Krishna is quoting the authority of the scriptures. Because any wise man will never say, because I say it is right. He say what I am telling is supported by the authority of the scriptures. And this is how in the 10th verse the teacher declares, Saha yajna praja sruštva puro vaja prajapatihi anena prasavishadvam esha vostrishta kamaduk. Prajapatihi, the God, the creator, he created this creation, Saha yajna, along with the principle of yajna. Now this word I will use for some time as it is, then I will define it. So when God created this world along with the principle of yajna, and then he said, come on, as a parting gift from me, take this as a gift. Like, when the children go for the first time to school and college, away from our house, then the mothers will go to the railway stations and all that, and then the group of children are going together. So, just at the time of the starting of the train, the mother will take out from her purse something which was prepared specially for my Bandu. Funny names, isn't it? This name I heard recently, where I went. Bandu Panta, idhar aao. Bandu Panta kya hai? Looks like, some terrorist. So, then they will say, now you are going So kindly take this and share and eat all together. So everything was given, but just at the time of parting, something is given. In the same manner, the Lord has given us everything. Just at the time of parting from Him, He gave the principle of yajna for all of us. Principle of yajna is the gift of God for His total creation. And then He says, Anena prasavishyadvam. If you are accepting and following this principle of yajna in your life, prasavishyadvam, may you prosper in life. So the prosperity in our life is dependent on the principle of yajna that is given to us by the Lord as a parting gift if we understand and practice it. And what we want in life, like what our parents want from us, that we should be prosperous. In the same manner, the God, the Father in the heaven wanted all of us to be prosperous. And therefore, He gave the gift of yajna. Now, what is the meaning of yajna? The Vedic meaning with the picture in front of our eyes is very clear, but here the word is used for some different purpose. See, if you look at the yajna, what is done? Yajna is never done by a single person single-handedly. So many people come together, and it is an organized and a cooperative undertaking for the benefit of all. See, this is the first principle of yajna. Second thing, in that yajna, we offer something to the gods, and in return, we will get some strength and blessing from the Lord, so that for whatever we have done the yajna, our desire is fulfilled. Now, why we invoke the strength of the gods? Because our desires are infinite, but our strength is finite. Gods have the infinite strength and no desires. So what we do, our desires are united with the divine strength, and this is how we fulfill our desires. And therefore, we invoke the principle of the gods through the yajna. This is the spirit. Now, when we are practicing this in our life, Saha yajna praja srishma purovacha prajapatihi. We are all born with the spirit of yajna in our life. Now take for example, yajna is a balance of give and take. We offer something to the Lord, and in return He gives us. So yajna is a lifestyle where a proper balance is attained, where giving is learned as well as receiving is expected. Both the things. If we do not put the seeds in the soil, unless we throw the seeds in the soil, there won't be crops. So we cannot say, see, 1 kilogram of rice, was thrown in the soil and wasted. It was not a wastage. So when something is given, it comes back multifold. If this principle is clear, now see this principle in this world. Right from the sunrise or the various natural phenomena, they are all going on with this spirit. The sun does not care whether you have offered him the Gayatri Arghya or not. He knows this is my job to give the light and energy to the creation, because for that I am created, and therefore he goes on giving without bothering whether the person to whom it is given is he acknowledging or not. He doesn't care. Mine is to give. That's it. See the beauty? That is the spirit of yajna. Therefore, like in the 6th chapter, Bhagavan says, Nahi kalyana krut kaschit durgatim tata gacchati. When we do good to somebody, that somebody may not do good back to us, but the goodness that you have exhibited in this world, it will be rewarded to you in the divine law of creation. So don't expect, when I have done this thing for my son, he did not do anything back to me. Don't worry about it. Discover joy in fulfilling your duties and obligation to the world. You are following the principle of yajna. So, sahajajna praja srishtva purovacha prajapatihi. Now, whenever we want to do anything in our life, we all have to accept this principle. All alone, we can do nothing. There is a contribution of millions and millions of forces. Take this discourse. Now, this is possible because of, say, how many factors? If you are husbands, this is possible. You could come here because of the cooperation of your wives. If you are wives, and if you are coming over here, it is because of the cooperation or the operation of your husbands, whatever it is. So, we are all able to come over here because there is no strike, there is no band, there is no ban on from government side, there was no accident. Today I was coming, I became late. So, all this thing is possible when every force in the nature is supporting this cause. Suppose I have that arrogance that I come here and teach you. But if you do not come here, am I going to talk to the chairs and the pillars? No. I am able to speak only because of your cooperation, that you come and listen, think. And when I become aware of this principle, I can never have the arrogance. Therefore, the principle of yajna brings about a total change in our outlook of life. Whatever we are today is not the arrogant achievement of an isolated individual. It is a togetherness, the spirit of togetherness. And once this is understood, the result will be our ego will be diluted to that extent. So, when we are living in this world, and when we live, we have to invoke the sense of doership. And when we achieve success in life, if we remember this principle, that whatever we are today, it is because of so many good as well as bad events of our life. Don't imagine that only good events are responsible for our growth. Every bad event has equally contributed for our growth in life. Sahajajna praja srishtva purovaja prajapatihi. So this spirit of yajna is given to us by the Lord with a message. If you want to prosper in your life, understand it is the divine plan, and the divine plan is cooperate with each other. See, I'll tell something from our political scene to understand this. For example, the terrorism is becoming a problem worldwide. Now, so many governments have come and gone, ministers have come and gone, but till date, we do not have either the political will or a clear-cut policy. How are we going to handle the terrorism? Till date, we don't have. Unless this is finalized, no government will be able to achieve anything. All the efforts of the various political parties is how to go and sit on the grave of Dhritarashtra, and that is all. Because there is neither political will nor there is any sense of togetherness. So in our political system today, what is lacking is the spirit of yajna. Remember when in 71 the Bangladesh war was fought. That time all the political parties have discarded the individual differences, and then we could achieve such a great thing. Similarly, during the emergency, our country was the best. I always feel we should have in India perpetual, indefinite, infinite emergency. Because we cannot function. We have been slaves for thousands and hundreds of years. Only we can function with a danda and not without anything else. Saha yajna praja srishtva purovacha prajapatihi. So when we bring this principle of yajna, the spirit of togetherness, working together for the common cause, ready to sacrifice when it is required, all these positive aspects in creativity and togetherness is called as yajna. Right? This principle is understood. Now bring this principle at different levels of our life. Take, for example, our own homes. In our own homes also, it is not that a poor lady is responsible for everything in the house, and this man is all the time ordering from outside, "Jara chai bhej dena, jara pakoda bhej dena." Is there some responsibility or no? And when this does not happen, we simply say that we respect our ladies because they feed us first. Second thing, most important thing, our Indian males, when they grow, they become weaker and weaker. They are not strong. Because all the time dependent on that wife. Where is my hanky? This is your hanky. Where is my food? This is your food. Where is my mouth? This is your mouth. So much of dependence. And when you are constantly dependent on somebody, you lose your own potency. We become impotent. See how important it is. And this is what we imagine. No, Pippi. You know Pippi? Pati Parameshwar. Dekho, let us lead a life of togetherness. And once we take that principle in life, you will see there will be no boss in the house. Everybody will be equal. And then alone the life becomes a joy. And for that, let there be a competition to sacrifice for others rather than demanding anything from others. Once a marriage took place, they called me for giving blessings. So, to that girl and the boy I was talking, I said, look here. Marriage is a competition between the husband and wife. How much I can sacrifice for him, the wife should think, and how much I can sacrifice for her, the husband should think. Not the other way around. How much do I get? तुम्हारे बाप ने क्या दिया? See the standard dialogues. Therefore, saha yajna praja srishtva purovacha prajapati. There will be a proper atmosphere, a feeling of togetherness, and then only prasavishadvam, we will be prospering in life. If this is true with reference to the houses, equally true with reference to the institutions. This is very important, please understand. Any institution can grow if new blood, new ideas are injected every now and then, and old people leave the seeds of their own. Otherwise, the institutions become stagnant. They cannot grow. New ideas are very important. See, those who are knowing the field of software engineering, it is said the age of retirement in the software engineering is 35. They say after 35, new ideas stop coming up. Thereafter, we all start thinking in terms of security, no risk factor. See, you must have seen, the other day I was going in South Africa somewhere, and the person who was driving me was going at such a terrible speed, 30 kilometers in 1 month. And all other cars were going boom, boom. How many times? I said, Mahatma Ji, I am imagining I am in Belgadi or what? Bullock cart. Swamiji, even if we go very fast, we will achieve maximum 5 minutes gain. And what we are going to do in 5 minutes, so why not go slow? So, again I kept quiet. I said, do you know one principle? What is that? I said, that car, what is the age of that car's driver? He said, I don't know, I have not seen him. I said, I can tell you. He said, how? I said, there is a formula. Apply the formula, you get the age of the driver. What is the formula? Formula is, the speed of the car is inversely proportionate to the age of the driver. If the car is going vroom, 160, 180 miles an hour, he must be a young boy of 16. And if the car is going at the age of 30 miles per month, then this fellow must be 99 not out. How does it matter? Because in old age you have nowhere to reach. You already reached old age. So, anena prasavishadvam. Let us make space for the youngsters and let them create mistakes, learn from the mistakes, grow, and also get out. See, if in our political system this rule is applied, you will see our total perspective of our country will change. They are 95 not out, 75 not out, 85 not out, and still batting. For everybody there is a retirement age, except for the wise people. So, anena prasavishadvam eshavo strishta kamadu. So, the principle of yajna is produce best in your productive age. And when your abilities are receding, be bold enough to give up and recruit the young blood and see them grow. See, I was talking in management institutions about the leadership. I was talking. Who is a good leader? A good leader is he who is able to create the second line of managers and excellent leaders, so that when he leaves, the institution is self-sufficient as regards the leadership is concerned. Then only we are successful leaders. Second principle. If we are successful leaders, we should be able to discover the special talents and abilities in our subordinates and help them grow in their field of activity, so that they become so strong and big, they leave our institution and start another independent institution. If this happens, then alone the leader is successful. See? We should never have that funny notion. Once you are in this organization, you should not go anywhere. Why not go? Go, fly, sky is the limit for your growth. Never become stagnant in one place, in one job, in one activity. Then alone we can grow spiritually. Charaiveti, Upanishad says. So, anena prasavishadvam eshavo strishta kamadu. By this principle alone can the prosperity be attained. Now, once we are clear about this importance of the spirit of yajna, then how do we do this? In the next two verses, the teacher says, Devan bhavayatanena te deva bhavayantuvaha parasparam bhavayantaha shreya paramavapsata. Ishtan bhogan hi vo devaha dasyante yajna bhavitaha tair dattana pradayebhyaha yaha bhunkte stena evasaha. Now here the teacher tells, when we are practicing this yajna, what is happening? The devas, the gods are invoked. So who are the gods? See, our Hindu gods are all abnormalities. Number of heads are more, number of hands are more. They talk about ahimsa, but all the shastras, they talk about Shanti, and Kali Mata, when you look at, you become Shanti because she is so furious. So, what is the meaning of gods? By practice of yajna, you invoke the gods. Now see, God is the spirit of togetherness, is called as God. And the spirit of togetherness, when it is invoked properly, it can create wonders. Best example in our country is our Gujarat, where the Amul has changed the place of India in the dairy production. See, when I was coming from somewhere, I came across Anand in between. And then Anand, there it was a small board. The milk capital of India. Now, how this can be done? Is only by the spirit of togetherness. They invoke such tremendous strength that the white revolution is possible, and today our country stands one of the top producers of milk in the whole world. But this principle of togetherness was successful only in Gujarat and to some extent in Maharashtra. These are the only two states in our country where the spirit of yajna through the cooperative movement has become successful. And it is the contribution of these people in these places that gave recognition to the revolutionist called as Dr. Kurian, who is awarded such great awards because he really brought out this revolution. Let him go to Kerala, he is a Keralite. Let him go to Kerala and unite the people. There is no spirit. The other day when I went to Kerala, it is such a peculiar thing. Two diagonally opposite states. One is Kerala, other is Bengal, West Bengal. They don't have that spirit of togetherness. They come together for destruction, not for creativity. The other day, when I was in Kerala, one of my friends, he came, a very big truckload of material came. Some house furniture and all kinds of things. And along with that, he has got his own labor. So when he unloaded the whole thing with the help of his own laborers, the local laborers were standing there like Vivekananda. Then after everything was done, they demanded, now give our wages. You cannot import labor from outside our place. And this is our place, we are supposed to pay. They will not do anything, they will not allow anybody to work and yet demand. How can an institution or a people or a state can progress? See, industrial growth, zero in these states. Therefore, Deva, gods means understanding the importance of living together for the spirit of togetherness. Then alone highest achievements are possible, not otherwise. That is why, friends, Bhagavad Gita is telling us this basic principle of life. Ishtan bhogan hi o devaha dasyante yajna bhavitaha. So when with the spirit of yajna, we invoke the spirit of togetherness and live together, sustaining difficulties, ready to sacrifice, give our share and see that our attention is for the prosperity of our country. Then alone prosperity is possible. If you take all the political parties of our country, you watch their language. They talk only about loyalty to the party, not to the nation. They don't care whether you are a traitor or anti-nationalist. What they want, are you loyal to the party or not? Party loyalty is more important than the feeling of greatness about our nation. The result is, parties are growing, the nation is growing down. Therefore, Yajna Bhavita Devaha, by the spirit of Yajna, togetherness, living together in creativity, we invoke that great spirit, and in this manner, Parasparam Bhavayantaha Shreya Paramavapsata. So what we do, that we together help each other and grow. In the Nyaya Shastra, there is Andha Pangu Nyaya. It means a story. There was a man who was wanting to go to Badrinath, but he had bad feet, legs, polio. He could not walk properly. He was somehow walking, sitting and pushing himself. But to go such a long distance, so difficult. There was another man, very healthy, very strong, but he had no eyes. So this blind man came and dashed this lame man. So this lame man shouted, "Don't you see? Are you blind?" He said, "Yes, I am blind." Because he was blind. Then the blind man said, "Are you lame? Can't you move away from here?" He said, "Yes, I am lame. I can't move from here." "Hey, let's make friendship." And what happened? This lame man sat on the shoulder of this blind man. Together they had eyes and strong legs. See how beautiful it is. So all of us have some or the other faculty extremely good. But if we are able to appreciate the faculties of others and come together, we can really produce wonders. This is the most unfortunate thing in our country. The other day, somebody asked me, "Swamiji, what is your opinion about Indians?" I said, "Indians have got many good qualities. I'll just tell you one or two of them. Individually, Indians are ingenious, individually. Collectively, a calamity. First. Second thing, 4 Indians can work together for the same cause and progress in the same direction only under one condition, when they have a dead body on their shoulder. Otherwise, they will be going in all opposite directions. That is the reason, in spite of such a most wonderful grey matter we have, in spite of having such most wonderful natural resources that we have, why we are not able to achieve what we should have achieved by now is only lack of the spirit of yajna. So, parasparam bhavayantaha. If we are able to understand, my prosperity should not be at the cost of your prosperity. The principle of yajna is, I prosper along with you also getting prosperity. Then alone you can really achieve good in life. If I imagine that my prosperity means your destruction, we are not a prosperous nation. See, you know, most of you are in business field. What is done? A producer produces something, then he gives the agency to somebody. Now that agent gets his own commission, then he is appointing the distributors, then the distributor gets his own commission, and suppose that producer, he thinks that every profit that is produced should come only to me. It is not possible. So what is done? The produce and the profit is properly shared through a chain of distributors, and then alone everybody becomes prosperous. The same thing is true in our life, whether at the home front or institutional level or at the national level. Therefore, parasparam bhavayantaha shreya paramavapsata. You will attain absolute good. Shreya means good. So what is good for every one of us? Sare jahan se acha Hindusthan hamara. That is the highest shreyas for us. Let us be proud that we are in this most beautiful country And we are able to make this country the best in the whole universe. Don't bring God here now. See, the other day I met somebody, a very good surgeon, heart surgeon. Somebody was operated, so I went to see him. And about the heart surgeon, I must tell Swamiji is very good, very jovial. And whenever anybody goes, they say, Doctor, thank you so much, God bless you. He said, look here, blessings I get from Shirdi Sai Baba, I have signed a contract. I don't need your blessing. I need money from you. Pay the fees. Because I am constructing some hospital and only your blessing will not bring the bricks. You have to pay for that. Please understand this. We should not have only that funny kind of Bhagwan ki daya hogi to theek hoga. But our theek hoga is what? Whatever I want, if that happens, then Bhagwan ki daya. This is not right. Therefore, parasparam bhavayantaha. We have to learn that together we prosper. If there is a society where one group of people is having prosperity at the cost of others, it is not a democratic society. We may call it democracy, but it is not. So, parasparam bhavayantaha shreya paramavapsata. And then how we attain the best? Ishtan bhogan hi vo devaha dasyante yajna bhavitaha. So when the spirit is invoked, we start getting the results in terms of prosperity and higher production. When prosperity and higher production comes, it is necessary that we share it among ourselves with a proper understanding. See, I'll tell you a few examples. Whenever we get something, although we do not deserve, that earning can never be properly utilized. And whenever you earn something out of your sweat and toil, that money has got a great value. See how important it is. That is why this philosophy of Khelo India, this lottery, that lottery, this is a philosophy of the most wretched human existence. How do you expect? I was in one place, Hyderabad, one lady, servant somewhere, she was hanging around my room, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I said, Amma, ekkad ke puttanara? Swamiji, I have come to do namaskar. Karo, namaskar. Swamiji, my husband is afraid of you, so he sent me. I said, okay. You are not afraid of me? No, I am afraid of him also. So out of the two, I am selecting you. So I come. He told, go there. So I had no choice. What is that? Then she took out from her, this cloth, one paper. And there is, that Lota lottery. It is not Lotto, it is Lota. So that Lota lottery thing came out. And Swamiji, you tell me which numbers will come. I said, Amma, ये business मैंने अभी तक किया नहीं. I have not done this earlier. But please tell me, what is wrong in your life? Your husband is a drunkard? No. Your children are growing very well? Yes. Health-wise you are all right? Yes. You get sufficient salary from your boss to sustain? Yes. Are you not happy with this? If you want more, work. Don't imagine, I get this thing, then I'll get a lottery of 2 lakhs, 2 millions. What next? Friends, please understand. Always have something lacking in your life. Then there is something to look forward to. Very important. When you have nothing to look forward to, your life becomes stale. This is how in the prosperous country, people are more frustrated than in our never developed country. Isn't it? Prosperous countries are overdeveloped countries. They have never seen anything in this world. Suppose they want chocolate, immediately 100, you take whatever you want. They want anything, you get it. You lose the charm of life. Very important. And therefore, whatever we have, we earn with our hard labor. Never take anything free from anybody in this world. Live with the dignity of self-respect. You know, this is the Western approach. Credit cards. Isn't it? First of all, buy everything on credit and show to the world, I am rich. Amdani athanni kharcha rupaiya. That is not the right philosophy. And because of that wrong philosophy, we are prone to get more extrovert and indulgent. Now see, when you work hard, earn money, save money, and then after maybe 5-10 years of your life's working, you are able to buy a car, then you go in that car, you will have a different experience. And you have a car because of your daddy. Because he knows you are bekar, so he gave you one car. So get out from here. And such youngsters who have never worked for getting anything in this life, they can never be anything else except extrovert, indulgent and perverted. See? Ishtan bhogan hi dve devaha dasyante yajna bhavitaha taihi dattan apradayebhyaha yaha bhukte ste nevasaha. Therefore, whatever we are able to achieve in our life, we should never forget all those factors which have contributed for our existence in this world. So which are the factors which have contributed? First, our parents. Most important thing. The other day, somebody was telling me, Swamiji, I am thinking of starting an old age home and I want your blessings. And you should come and inaugurate after I construct it. I said, you know, once I was in Jodhpur, Rajasthan, staying in Gita Bhavan. And my lectures were going on. After the third or fourth day of the lecture, those people of that Gita Bhavan Trust, they came and said, Swamiji, you have come and we are so happy. What we were longing to get for last 7-8 years, it has come only after you came. So we have come to thank you. आपके चरण कमलों ने हमको फायदा कराया. Then I said, what is that you got? We got the van to carry the dead body, which we were expecting for last 6-7 years. I said, okay, do you want me to inaugurate? So, I said, you want me to inaugurate your old age by coming and joining as a member of your old age home or what? And then I told him, I said, look here, you start, you do it, but I guarantee you it will be a total failure. Old age home is required in that society where parents are additional furniture. Not in our society. We may not treat our parents properly for whatever reason, and yet we tolerate them. And therefore, this institution of old age home, etc., is not a sign of a cultured society. It is not an old car you sell it off. It is not an old dog you give euthanasia and kill him. No. Parents are the ones because of whom we are here. Therefore, it is our responsibility that we share all that we have with them with first priority. That is the meaning of prosperous lifestyle. That house where elderly people are not there, that house is like a 5-star hotel where you have got everything except life. First, Tayadattana Pradayebhya Bhukte Haste Nevasaha. The word Bhagwan Sri Krishna has used For such people who don't look after the elders and share their prosperity, they are called as stena, means thieves. See what a strong word the teacher has used. In a scripture like Bhagavad Gita, when the word like a thief is used, it is a very strong abuse. So we have no business to be selfish all our life. Now, second thing, we all have received so much from the society. All the time we cannot think about only what I get, why I get, what I get. We have to give to the society, not as that the society needs, it is our need to give to the society. The other day I went to one dentist. He said me, Swamiji, this job is done perfectly by such and such dentist. You go there in Andheri, Dr. Joshi is very nice dentist. I went there and then he did whatever he has to do. And then while coming, I said, Daksha, how much bill I have to pay? He said, Swamiji, you are doing so much for the world. You are giving every day free to everybody. Let me do at least this much for you. See how attitude changes. If we have this awareness that the society has done so much for us, we are not obliging by serving the society. As we do not oblige our parents by serving them in the old age, we do not oblige the society if we are serving the society. And if we do not do it, then the Lord abuses us that we are thieves. Stena eva saha. Now the third obligation that we have. All of us have learned so much from our scriptures, from our saints and sages, and from all the wise people, institutions, temples, etc. in our society. Now we have today that gained from them, so it is our responsibility that we share our prosperity in that field also. And how do we share? It is the responsibility of every one of us that we study regularly, we attend satsang, and we spend time on looking within. When these three things are taken care of, our parents, our society, our debt towards our scriptures and saints and sages, when we are able to share all that we earn in our life, then alone, according to Bhagavad Gita, we are not thieves, else we are thieves. Therefore, tair dattana pradayebhyaha yaha bhunkte stena eva saha. Now, immediately a contrary picture. As I told you the other day, this is the beauty of presentation of thoughts. There has to be a proper contrast. Suppose the background is black, and in front of that one black man is standing, and then you take a photograph. It will be a terrible thing. As it happens, in the South Indian temples. Whenever I go, I enjoy this. If you go to Guruvayurappa temple, it's all made of black stones. And inside, they don't have electric lights. Like, in North India, they put all glittering lights and all that. In South Indian temples, they don't do that. Only the lamp is burning inside. So, the temple is black. Inside, there is nothing but black. The Guruvayurappa God, he is also made out of the black stone. And to match the whole thing, the Nambudiri who is doing the puja is equally jet black. And when you stand in front of that, you see nothing. Absolute void. And then he will take that arati and then he will show that Bhagwan Krishna over there. So you have to be extremely attentive and single pointed, because by the time he shows the arati, again it goes away, again there is a darkness. So if you want to bring out something clearly, a contrast is required. Now here Bhagwan brings a contrast. First picture was who is a thief, and the second is who is a saint. So we are the saint or the thief according to our approach to life. So how we are thieves by the wrong approach to life. Now how we can be saint by the right approach to life. The 13th verse, the teacher says, Yajna Shishtashinas Santaha Muchante Sarvakilbishaihi Bhunjate Te Tvagam Papaha Ye Pachanti Atma Karana. Yajna Shishta Ashinaha Santaha. A saint is defined. Who is a saint? Yajna Shishta Ashinaha. He who has contributed for the prosperity, and thereafter, after everybody has taken their shares, whatever is left behind, out of that, he who discovers contentment and fulfillment in life, he is a saint. Think how beautiful it is brought out. Not all the time, what do I get, what do I get, what do I get? Can't we think, how much more I can give? See, one child asked me this question. Swamiji, you always tell that God is in our heart. If the God is in our heart, why the people are bad? And how do we know God is in our heart? So I told him, I said, look here. Whenever you are happy, after getting something, God is covered. When you are happy by giving something, then the God is manifesting through you. The joy of giving is the expression of the hidden divinity. And the joy of receiving is the beggary of ego. See the simple thing? Therefore, Yajna Shishta Ashinaha Santaha. Those who have learned the joy in giving, they are real saints and sages. Now see, all those great saints and sages for whom we have respect and regard, what we have seen in them? They have been constantly giving to the world. They have never asked what the world has given me. Anybody who asks this question, what the parents have given me, what the world has given me, what the nation has given me, what the society has given me, he has not even 0% divinity in him. He is absolutely egoistic person. Let us learn and discover the joy of sharing whatever we have. Yajna Shishtaha Ashinaha Santaha. Now, result of this lifestyle is Muchante Sarvakilbishaihi. Such people are freed from all the negativities of their heart. Kilbish means negativities. What is the negativity in the heart? All the time thinking about the self and becoming a selfish. See the difference? Can't we discover the joy in giving? And friends, we all have learnt it, but we forget it. How? Suppose, see, the other day, I was coming by one flight from somewhere, and that air hostess, they come and they give the chocolates. So, as per my mood, I talked to everybody. So when she came, I said, Amma, with these 2-3 chocolates, what will I do? I got a very big family. Why don't you give me one full packet of chocolates? She said, okay, Swamiji, I'll give. So she went and brought the whole packet, covered in a newspaper, otherwise everybody will ask, and she gave me. And after that, I said, Amma, thank you so much. Do you know, now when I go, I'll distribute to all the children. And that time I'll tell that such and such Amma has given me this. Let us all bless her, that may she be happy in her life. Although she was an air hostess, she was so touched and in tears. The result was, I got very good serving. Now, what is the joy? Joy is when you give something to somebody, it's a tremendous joy. Not in receiving. One more example I'll tell you. Somewhere I was standing And lot of people, unknown people, they'll come and do namaskar, namaskar, namaskar. And you know various reasons why people do namaskar, to wipe their hands. Another reasons. स्वामी जी कैसे हो? ठीक है. Therefore I do my लुंगी ऊपर, हाँ पैर को पोंछ लो, कपड़े खराब मत कर लो. So when I was standing there, they namaskar. There was one doctor. Now she is professor in medical college in Delhi. So she was there. She said, Swamiji, so many people are doing namaskar to you. You must be feeling very great, is it not? I said, Amma, now be wherever you are, okay? You want to learn something? Yes, Swamiji. I said, no, so many people have done namaskar to me. Now I do namaskar to you in front of the whole world. Wait, don't run. And when I started bending, she ran from there. I said, oh, what happened now? He said, Swamiji, I feel, how can I take namaskar from you? I said, the same thing happens. Receiver is always the sufferer. Giver is always the enjoyer in life. Think and act. Yajna shishtasana santaha. Those who have learned this, the joy in sharing and giving to the world, they are the real saints and sages. You take the life histories of any great Mahatma, like our Nityananda Baba or Shirdi Sai Baba or Ramakrishna Paramahansa, our Ananda Mahima, Amrita Ananda Mahima, how much they have given to the world. They have not asked anything in return. That joy of giving, he who has discovered, he is a real saint. So, yajna shishtasana santaha mucchante sarvakilbishaihi. And what is the freedom from the negativities? Freedom from the negativities, you discover inner strength. Today we are what we are is the divine will, meaning the divine will is functioning through us. You know why a social worker gets depressed and dejected toward the end of the life, and why a saint and a sage is never depressed and dejected toward the end of the life? Both of them are serving the society. What is the difference? The difference is the social worker thinks that he has served the society and therefore wants recognition and name and fame. But a saint serves the society without claiming even once that I have done good for the society. Saints and sages are the instruments through which the God functions. And that is what is called as Mucchante Sarvakilbishaihi. When our heart becomes purer and productive, then alone we are a cultured human being. So, yajna shishtasana santaha mucchante sarvakilbishaihi bhunjate te tu agham papaha ye pachanti atma karanat. Those who are living exclusively selfishly, ye pachanti atma karanat, translation will be those who cook for themselves. That means those who are living only for themselves. Te papaha bhunjan. They are eating the sins. What is the sin? Sin is when you take away somebody else's share and enjoy yourself. That is the highest sin. We have no business to snatch away the things of others. And we are, all of us, for that purpose, the sinners of the highest order. Bhagavan says in the 7th chapter, Bhumi rapo nalo vayu kham mano buddhirevacha ahankara iti yam me bhinna prakriti rashtrada. This whole prakriti is mine. If this is the whole world belongs to the Lord, who are we to claim the ownership for anything in this world? And whenever you have claimed ownership, you can have nothing except problems in life. Therefore, mucchante sarvakilbishaihi, all the negativities disappear, and then when the negativities go away from your heart, you discover the inner strength, and that inner strength is called as inspiration. Bhagwan Sri Krishna has told Arjun in the second chapter, if you don't remember, it's good. When he said, Klaibyam asmagama partha na etatvai upapadyate. Arjun, don't lack inspiration on the field of activity. How important? Whenever you perform without inspiration, you are carrying the burden of your own foolishness. Very important principle. If you have to eat cheerfully and with inspiration. When I don't feel like begging, don't eat. No, because you are telling. No, I am not telling. The other day somebody came with me. I said, see, I take food not because I am hungry, because that is my obligation to the society. So I go on eating 3 or 4 times a day. So, Swami, but I am not going to eat so much. I said, no, don't eat. So, when I sit for taking food, I know unless I keep space inside, I cannot take the next prarabdha. So I always keep myself hungry. And therefore I can go everywhere, eat little. Now this person who was with me, he didn't know this technique. So first place we went, the breakfast was so good. Dharma Kshetra, Kuru Kshetra, Dhum Dhalaka start. And it came up to the nose level. Swamiji, breakfast was very good. I said, this is only beginning. There is still 3 more wars to come in front. And then we went for the lunch somewhere. Then again, very big table, nicely arranged, good food. I said, Mahatma ji, baitho. And when he was seeing the food, he could not contain. So tempting and wonderful food. Again, as usual, I took my little bite and finished. Again, he took second lap. Ho jaya, dekha jayega one. 2 days. And 3rd day on the bed, doctor ko bulao. And he says, Swamiji, I don't know. You have been moving throughout the world, throughout the year constantly. How can you survive? I said, the technique is this technique. Ye pachanti atma karanat. Don't eat for yourself. This is a part of your life. When we are doing good to somebody, we are doing good to somebody not because of somebody needs. It is my need to serve you. It is my need to give you. It is my need to talk good to you. It is my need to forgive you. It is my need to love you. See, once this principle is invoked in your life, out of a Ratnakara, a Valmiki is born. So, bhunjate te agam papaha e pachanti atma karanat. Let us widen the horizon of our perception. All the time, I and my wife and my children and kenke, come out of that. I tell you one simple thing. Nobody has been happy because of the married life, including Bhagwan Ramachandra. So don't expect that. If you want happiness, come out and look at the world and serve everybody, including your wife and children. So, yadne shishtasena santaha mucchante sarvakilvichaihi bhunjate te tu agham papaha ye pachanti atma karanat. After this, this principle is established in this world. This is called as the Yajna Chakra. The principle of selfless lifestyle alone is able to sustain the total creation. Unless there is a selflessness at the base, the creation cannot exist. And what it is, how it is, in the 14th and the 15th verses, the teacher says, Annat bhavanti bhutani parjanyat anna sambhavaha, yajnat bhavati parjanyaha yajne karma samudbhavaha, karma brahmodbhavam vidhi brahmakshara samudbhavam, tasmat sarvagatam brahma nityam yajne pratishtitam. Whenever we are leading the life of Yajna, through us, Brahma, the Paramatma, is manifested. How this is so? This is called the wheel of action. The wheel of Yajna. And when we understand and adopt this principle, we will be able to have benefit in the material world prosperity and the inner world peace, where prosperity in the outer world and the peace in the inner world exist together. Then alone the human being has reached complete perfection, not otherwise. What it is, how it is, we'll see tomorrow. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyati.